Molly Widoff, Student Body Secretary. We are Creek. My 13-year-old self heard these words whispered through my household as my older brother worked to unite his school after a threat on social media had been made. I watched as 4,000 teenagers rallied around the idea that maybe they weren't so different from one another. Maybe they did have some things in common. And maybe the Creek community was actually the perfect place for them to express themselves. From this moment on, I bled blue, white, and red. When I reached 8th grade, I was ecstatic to call myself a future Bruin, and even more excited to run for Student Senate. While I thought I knew how awesome this organization is, I could have never prepared myself for the life-changing experience that I would have. Being in Senate has taught me how to be a strong leader, how to think innovatively about mobilizing a student body, and most importantly, it has shown me how impactful a family of 39 other students can be on just one person. My name is Molly Widoff, and I am a proud candidate for Cherry Creek High School's Student Body Secretary. I want to thank the Election Rules Committee for slating me for this position. I am more than honored to receive this nomination, and if I am elected, I promise to live up to your expectations. I would like to start by defining the Secretary's role in Senate. Some people may think that the Secretary's only job is to write on the whiteboard and take attendance, but that's only part of it. The Secretary is the core of the Executive Board, and subsequently of Senate as a whole. Among other things, they are in charge of making sure that everyone is organized and knows what they are supposed to be doing, holding members accountable for attending events, establishing productive and professional business meetings, and ensuring that the student body is aware of the going-ons in Senate. I am fully prepared to fulfill these position-specific responsibilities. However, I truly believe that any leader's success comes from their ability and willingness to go above and beyond. One goal I have, if elected, is to create an environment in Senate where each person feels valued, productive, and like they are part of something spectacular. I hope to do this by continuing some current traditions like Senator of the Month and Polaroid attendance. Additionally, I would like to create an anonymous Google form that will be sent out each month to the Senate body. Every senator will have the opportunity to fill this out with some information on how they feel they are being treated in the Senate community, what things they think are going well, and what things they think should be worked on. I believe this could be very beneficial because the first step to building a hardworking group of people is by creating an environment where each individual feels inspired and supported, always. As an effort to keep things organized and ensure that everyone is aware of agendas, I would like to start something called Senate summaries. Depending on what works best, these updates will be texted, emailed, or given to the class as a group. They will include a list of things that need to be done in the week, who is planning on working on them, events that should be attended, and any other necessary news. This creates a medium for members to feel updated and in the know. These are just a couple of ideas that I have to contribute to making the 2018-2019 Student Senate year the best yet. It's hard for me to believe that this next year will be my last at Cherry Creek High School. I'm more motivated than ever to make my last year the most impactful that it can be. I'm filled with passion and pride for this school and Student Senate. I know that with the right resources and leaders, a group like this can make an impact like none other. Thank you all for your time, and remember to be jolly and vote for Molly for Student Body Secretary.
Okay, Molly, what is one thing that you have done in Senate this year in which you were a leader? Describe that event and how you demonstrated your leadership.
Okay, so this year for Spirit Week, we decided to start something called Family Feud. Some of you might know what it is. And I got put as head of that committee. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be hard, that we've never done this before. And I was a little worried, to be honest, that maybe the students wouldn't be so excited and that it wouldn't go as planned. But me and my other committee head, Carson, we worked really hard to make sure that it was an event that we were proud of, and that even if it was new and some things maybe didn't go just as planned. It was something successful, and it was something that got the student body around specific events. That's something I'm proud of doing.
Okay, what is the challenge that you have faced in the past, and how did you overcome it? What did you learn from the experience, and how will this benefit you as student body secretary?
Okay, this past year, I was also in charge of decorations for Power Week, and we faced a problem where not all of the Senate members showed up to help with decorations, and at first I was frustrated because I had put a lot of time into planning decorations and I wanted it to go perfectly, and my first gut reaction was to get really angry and punish people, but I decided instead to really appreciate the people that were there and to work hard and get things done just as well as they would have been done if everyone was there. And I think that taught me a lot about how to be a good leader, to focus on the positives instead of the negatives, because when people see that somebody's being recognized for something that they did well, they will be more motivated to do well themselves.